M0FXB, welcome to my channel, Digital Ham Radio Diary. M0FXB, welcome to my channel. So this is a video to show you how to connect your ICOM 705 wirelessly to your laptop using the RS BA1 software. We're going to show you the radio settings, the settings to run the software, and then we're going to run FT8 on WSJT-X, but this will work on JS8CALL as well. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's look at the settings you need in the radio. So I think we'll look at my preset first. I think that will show a lot of the settings. So we'll go menu, we'll go to preset, we'll go down to the one I'm using, which is, it says here in use. I can unload it and we'll hold it like we're going to change it. Now I've noticed that this setting does work for JS8 as well. So just hold it down and then we'll click edit the preset memory. Oh, it's in use, so that's fine. So we'll unload it, yes, and then we'll hold it, edit the preset memory. Now let's look down through all the setting. So you can name it, of course, mode, USB-D, filter 1, filter bandwidth. A lot of these I haven't changed. Filter type, USB output select, it says AF, 50, 50, 50. Now this one's really important. You want data mod to be, let's just see if we can dim it down a bit so you can see a bit clearer. That's better. Data mod to be, I'll just go to the top and just let you scroll down through, and then so data mod wireless LAN, very important. Data off mod mic USB, and then the rest are like, these are all pretty much defaults, haven't changed these. CIV USB off. So there you go. We'll scroll back through, get all that in your radio, and you will have the settings you need. Now I will look at just go into the radio ones, just mod input look, mic USB, data off mod, mic USB, and actually, do you know why it's showing that? Because I'm not in it. So let's go in it, because that was slightly wrong. Preset, go to the FT8 wireless. I mean, this is so good. Load preset memory. And now if we go menu set, connectors, and go into the mod, look, now it's wireless LAN. So these are the correct ones. LAN, mic USB, 50/50 is what I use. I think that's all you need to know, really. You've seen all the other ones. So get all that into your 705. And then what you'll find, if I just pause a sec, and I'm going to connect the radio to the laptop, because what's really important is that the Wi-Fi connection on your laptop has to detect the wireless LAN here. So obviously turn it on, menu, set, go to the wireless LAN. Now you get a choice here. When you go to wireless LAN, you turn it on, it'll just go boop, and you won't realize it's gone on, but it has gone on. So when setting it up, tap connection type. Now this is the bit that confused me. You've got two connection types. One is station connector network and one is access point, and you want to choose access point. But just because you've chose access point doesn't mean you've set it up yet. So then when wireless LAN is turned off, you can change the username and password. So I'll show you anyway. So what we'll do is we'll turn it off. And it just goes, it makes you feel like it hasn't turned it off. If we go back, look, it's vanished. The little white square has vanished. So go menu, set, wireless LAN. While it's off, like I said, choose access point type. We'll talk about station in another video. Go back, then go connection settings access point. See the way I've called it IC-705. So what that means is that when this is running as an access point, an access point just means it's sending out its Wi-Fi just like your router is at home, yeah. But it's not connected to the internet when it's an access point. But anyway, You set the password, and you need to remember these two things, the username and password, when you're setting up the RS BA1 server and connecting the radio. So write these down, SSID password that you have created. And the other one that's really important is write down this IP address. Now this doesn't seem to change. You probably can change it, but as far as I can see, it just stays at 192.168.59.1. Really important that you write all this down. So anyway, I'm going to show you mine connecting. So what we'll do, we'll go set wireless LAN. We're going to turn it on. And if you have a listen, I'll turn it up a bit. Listen to what it does when I turn it on. It just goes boop. You don't really realize it's done it, but it has. Go out and you'll see this white square. So I'm going to pause and I'll show you what happens when you know it's connected. But I'll probably just show you on the computer. So we're at the computer. Now we click the Wi-Fi. Normally I connect here. This is for internet, but we're not connecting for internet. We are connecting for to connect the laptop or computer with the Wi-Fi to the ICOM 705. So if I click 705 and then click connect. Now if I go back to the radio, sorry about this, just angling it up. Right, I know it's not a great picture, but it will show you. Now when it connects, the word wireless LAN will appear here. It doesn't take long. Now I've noticed that the wireless LAN word actually only appears when, so we're on the server. I'm going to show you how to do this server part, but just when you get to this point after you've set this up. So I'm connected now. It says here connected by basically Wi-Fi to my, there's the IP address, 192.168.59.1, and the UDP is 5001, and that's default anyway. Anyway, there's my user ID that you saw. But I've noticed that you don't see the word wireless LAN appear on the actual radio until you go to the radio list, and there's again my settings, and I will be going through these again in a minute. When you hit connect here, yeah, it gives you a virtual serial port number 15. Click OK, and now when we go back to the radio, you can now see the words wireless LAN appear up here. So you know if you've got to this point, you're ready to go. So right, okay, we'll bring this into the other collection of videos. M0FXB, welcome to my channel. Right, let's get us set up for wireless communication or wireless use of the FT8 software and JS8 core software and other digimodes. So the first thing that you do need is, which is essential, is the ICOM RS BA1 version 2 software. Now you might think, well, this is a bit expensive, because I know in the UK it's around £100, and I've found versions a lot cheaper on eBay, but anyway, let's just assume it's not. And so this software is essential. If you've got an ICOM 705, this software I think is essential, because it's going to help you make very good use of the Wi-Fi part of the radio and the access point part. So we'll go ahead, we'll start setting up this, and then you'll see why this software is well worth the money and essential. So once you've got your RS BA1, and there is a manual you can have, and I'll put the description in the link, you'll have these files. So run the setup process. There are actually two programs that you run in the setup, so you'll find them. And so here's some instructions here. I'll just briefly go through them. I'm on Windows 10, so have a good look, and I'm not going to go into detail, but once you run them, you end up with two windows, and these windows are here at the bottom. One here on the left, which is the utility, and on the right is the remote control, these two little tabs. So I'll click utility, and this is the window this is what the utility window looks like. So on this utility window you have, and this is the only bit you will use for this, you won't use the other part. Now I'll show you the other part, which is still very good for controlling any of these ICOM radios. It looks like this. So I'm not going to connect it now, but that's what it looks like. But close that, because we're not going to use that. We're only going to use the ICOM remote utility, and we use this to run the setup wizard. So the first thing you do is you have to run a server. So let's just pause it there a second. You saw earlier in the video on the radio all the settings that need to go in the radio, and explained all that to you. So here we are. Click server first, and then let's run the wizard that we talked about. So click that, and the one you want to run is this one here, top left. Click that. Then go next. Now remember that IP address I showed you in the startup. It was 192.168.59.1. This is for the access point, as explained earlier. The control port here, you do need to open it in your router. So, but anyway, the control port is 5001. I haven't changed that, and that is in the radio. So we'll go next. Right, so it's saying it's already registered, so that's fine. So let's just say we did a different address, because we've already it's already in there. Let's go next, and it will run you through. And remember, in the access point settings, it was the username was IC-705 that I created, and the password I gave it was let's just say it's Frank, yeah, because we're not going to use this one anyway. So the password you created. Go next. And then what it will do, it will try and connect to the server. Now, it's not going to, because, you know, I've already done it. So let's go back to my settings. So before we connect, we can actually look at the properties. So look at properties. So here is what I put in. There you go. IP, it's all there. Okay. And then let's see if we can look at any other settings here. We'll go options, local server settings. No, nothing there. Options, settings, and again, this is all in the radio. I didn't change any of this. My PC name was done automatically when the RS BA1 software was being loaded. So let's hit connect. So we've got access mode turned on the radio, so we'll hit connect. Right, notice there's a fail there, and the reason there's a fail is because what we now have to do, when the access point is turned on, we have to go to our Wi-Fi on the computer we're using, and when you've got the white square on the radio with the Wi-Fi logo, click here and click connect. So we've now just connected our laptop to the 705. So it does take about a minute. So we're now connected to the 705 here. Sometimes it will just log out for no reason, but it's fine now. So, okay, now we're connected to the 705. We'll go back to our remote window. It's the black, red, and white square that's in the RS BA1. Now let's hit connect now. It should work this time. Yeah, see, it says connected, and look, 5001, my user ID, and that IP, that important IP address, 192.168.59.1. So the next thing, remember, there are two things that we connect to with this software: the server, then the radio. So click radio, and then see these settings here. Before I connect, I'm going to show you them. So we go to options, local settings, options, settings. That's all fine. So now in the actual window, we go settings. These are the important ones. Now you choose the COM. Now I would say always choose 15 or up, and there's some dialogue on why. So the reason it says speaker here is because that is telling me what I want to listen to on my laptop speakers, and then the microphone, this is the one that works. Voice meter output VB audio. Yeah, VB audio VO. So you can see that. That's the one that works. So I haven't touched any of this. Click OK. Now, as soon as we connect, we're going to connect now. You should actually hear it coming from the laptop. So I might have to turn it down. So let's go back. So hit connect. Like so. And look, it tells you about the, remember the port, click OK. Just want to check that this is being recorded because I've got a bad habit of stopping recording. Yeah, it's fine. So we're now connected. Oh yeah, the CRV address in the radio is 94. You know about the COM. Now this 19200 BPS, that seems to just come up because that's not in the radio. I've set it at 115, is it? 11500? Anyway, so we're now connected wirelessly to the radio. So let's move on to the next step where we can now connect WSJT-X FT8. And right, sorry about that. And let's let this fire up. So basically FT8 is up. I'm going to click that out. So now what we want to do is make sure we've got some control of the radio. So we can see that the audio is coming in. Now we'll look at configuration. We'll go to settings. We'll go to radio. Like I said, 115-200 is my baud rate. COM15. You select 7300 at the moment for this radio. Now we'll test the cat. I can see that that is working on the radio. Yeah. So what we'll do in a second, I'll get the radio on screen as well. I'm just going to set this up and then we'll connect the radio. So that's all working, the cat control. So you can see what the settings are there. And look, this has gone green here. And this can be adjusted. Now, I'll just show you that in the ICOM software, you've got AF here. And this can go up and down. And you've got, if you go to mod, you have to select the V audio, which is the ICOM V audio, and this can go up and down as well. You see? We'll leave that there for now. But just remember, when you click mod, you want to be on the V audio. That's the important bit. The AF slider is more what you can hear on the laptop. So that's just that window. So we'll just minimize that window for now. So everything looks like it's working. We'll get an antenna onto the radio, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we're back at the WSJT-X FT8. Got the software up and running in front of me. It's all working great. I'm going to show you the settings that you need to put in. I'll put the link in for the WSJT-X download for FT8. So we'll go File, Settings. So in the General tab, you need your call sign, your grid locator. And if you look here, I've just clicked these two ticks here, display and TX messages, and then a couple here. So have a good look, copy that, because it works for me. In the radio, remember the COM15, and I'll remember that window. I'll just open that window as well, so you can... This remote utility window is basically running the wireless connection. You can see everything's tested. But anyway, so COM15, it's the 7300 radio selected, even though I am on the 705 wireless. Default here. And on the right hand side, I've got data packs and none. And then you'll know when it works because click test cat, and you won't get an error, and then click test PTT, and the radio will go into transmit as it's transmitting right now. Audio, nice and simple, just literally select ICOM-V audio-2. That's the bit to remember. The V audio 2 is the bit I remember, ICOM virtual driver. And you download those drivers with the RS BA1 software. So that's all done. It looks like we've not really had a contact yet. We are trying. So I'll let it run for a while. But if you look here at this part, oops, lost my WJST-X then. Too many windows open here, isn't there? Okay, you can see the audio going in and out. You can see the CIV94, Virtual Com 15. Look, see that one there, Virtual Audio, ICOM V Audio 2, which is in the settings. To look at settings, just disconnect and click settings, and you'll see the settings. And then we've got the server, which is connected. So basically, the wireless work is being done by the RS BA1 software. The fact that you've told the radio and you've put the settings in to use its wireless LAN and you've gone into access point mode is what's connecting everything, and it works great. And this morning I had loads of contacts. I know I'm a bit unlucky now. I'm not getting contacts. I'm only on 5 watts. I'm sure if I up it, add a power supply and up it a bit, that I'll be able to get, I'll be able to get a few more contacts. So I hope this helps you set this up. FT8 wireless, it's well worth it. And as you can tell, I completely recommend the RS BA1 software. So if you enjoy my channels, if they help at all, I'm not a professional broadcaster. It's just me, Andreas, M0FXB at home, having fun and just recording it as part of my hobby. So 7.3, all the best. So just to show you, we got some contacts coming in now. I thought I'd tag this to the end of the video. There you go. And once it goes down through the list, we've got PD5B, location, me replying, and then the signal report is, let's have a look, +19. I've given him a -9. And eventually it will go to 7.3, and then you'll get a little dialogue